One of the most effective strategies for developing skills while training hard is what I call pre-fatigue. You get them tired and then you ask them to perform with skill and speed. It's a great tool to develop skills under pressure. Hi everyone, Andrew here, helping you help your swimmers get faster. In the 5th chapter of my book, I cover the concept of pre-fatigue. A coach asked for clarification about what it is and how to use it, and since I haven't talked about it much, I figured it'd be great to address it in this context. The premise is simple. You get swimmers tired, and then you ask them to swim fast. Where it gets sneaky is that you're selective in terms of how you create fatigue. For instance, in most race sets, swimmers are just swimming so their whole body is getting equally tired. What I like to do is create a very specific type of fatigue and then ask swimmers to perform. For instance, if you have them do some hard, fast kicking and then do some race work, that's going to feel and be very different than just doing the race work. Their legs are going to be toast, but their upper body is going to be relatively fresh. Then they have to perform in those conditions. Or we could do the opposite and go after their arms. Same concept, different impact, as it takes a different skill set to swim fast when their legs are really tired and when their arms are really tired. And that's completely different as compared to when they're both tired but not as tired as when we just focus on one. And by using fatigue selectively, we can develop that entire skill set. A third example would be to do something that challenges their breathing or their respiration and then have them do some challenging underwater work. We can create a whole new level of challenge with this strategy. And there are tons of different ways to create fatigue, so we can influence swimmers in all sorts of different ways. You can focus on challenging different parts of the body. You can change the emphasis by using different types of physiological challenges. For instance, more aerobic fatigue or more speed-based fatigue. You can also overload the muscles with resisted swimming. In each case, the impact is a little different, but those differences can be powerful for creating specific changes in skill and execution. While it can be effective to just have swimmers go fast, I typically try to reinforce how I want them to swim fast. For instance, I might give them a stroke count goal or a stroke count limitation to encourage them to swim well when they get tired. Or you can give them a tempo trainer to ensure that they're staying on a given stroke rate or to prevent them from just spinning through it. Whether someone that can't keep their rate up or they use too much stroke rate, it's an effective way to help swimmers improve how they swim, especially when they're tired. In all cases, you're helping swimmers learn to swim better, and they have to do it when they're really tired. And we're doing it when they're selectively tired. And when they can manage those situations, it's going to be that much easier to swim well when they're tired in races. Likewise, using kick counts is really good here as well. Too many swimmers let their underwaters drop off as they get tired. This is a great opportunity to reinforce great walls when swimmers begin to fatigue. You can even use certain drills during the fast work to emphasize certain skills. Again, the idea is to find ways to ensure they're swimming better when they're tired. There are 2 ways to implement this strategy. First is to use it strategically as part of race training sets. For instance, you know you want to challenge swimmers' ability to finish well with tired legs. When that's the case, you design the set so their legs are tired and then they have to perform. It starts with a goal and then using a specific type of fatigue that allows you to accomplish that goal. The other strategy is to simply add some high-quality swims throughout a more traditional training set. So perhaps the goal is to perform a difficult aerobic set. Throughout the set, we can challenge swimmers with a couple short, fast swims so that they have to perform under pressure against the background of the aerobic fatigue that they generate already throughout the set. The main goal is the training, and we're trying to get a little bit more out of it by giving swimmers the chance to perform when they're tired. Here's a leg-based example where we're adding some performance swimming to a training set. Let's say they're going 4 rounds of 3 100s breaststroke kick and 2 50s breaststroke swim. The breaststroke kick are all best average, and the 50s are race effort with 2 strokes less than normal. So they're going to do a lot of kick, 1,200 meters worth, which is a solid training set. As a bonus, they're going to have to try to go as fast as they can with a really low stroke count when their legs are really tired. They're going to have to create efficiency and speed with really tired legs, just like they'll have to do in a race. But ultimately, this is a training set for the legs with a little bit of skill work and performance built on top of it. Now here's an upper body example where the goal is to perform with a really tired upper body. Let's say we're having swimmers go 425s fast with a buoy and a parachute. The stress is going to be on their upper body because of the buoy, and the stress is going to be pretty muscular because of the resistance. Their muscles are going to get tired, and it's going to be difficult to produce force. Then they can go right into a 75 that's faster than 200 speed with a controlled stroke count. They have to be efficient, they have to be fast, and they have to make it happen when their arms are tired. We could repeat that set 4 or 5 times to get a lot of upper body work and multiple opportunities to practice swimming fast in exactly the situation we want. That's going to have a very different impact than just doing some 50s or 75s at race pace. We're putting a lot more stress on a specific part of the body and a specific skill set. That is the power of pre-fatigue. And of course, it's great training at the same time. For more on why fatigue is so important for learning, check out the video here.